final step in the process in order to get your software up and running is to set up Email Pro. And you can see Email Pro right there on the side column. Now, I have to tell you that this is the most tedious part of the entire process. It can take several minutes to get this set up. And it's primarily because we're using an external website, an external software that we've combined with Investor Deal Pro in order to provide you with a quality email service. Now, we are in the works of creating our own email service platform, but for now, we're using an external email service in order to accomplish what we're looking to do. So bear with me as I show you over the next few minutes how to get Email Pro set up. And if you ever have any trouble with Email Pro, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to set this up for you. Just make sure that we have your login details. But before you send anything over to us, I would recommend that you try to do this yourself, and that way you'll know exactly how to do it on your end. All right, so in order to get started, it literally will take you less than 10 minutes to set this up if you follow the instructions that I'm going to provide for you in this video. So in an effort to get this set up, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to where it says Email Pro, and we're going to click on Home. Once we click on Home, all we want to do is scroll down to where it says Get Your API Key from your account, and we're going to click on that. And once you click on that link, you're going to come to a Sendinblue login page. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to where it says Create an Account. The next thing we want to do is we want to fill out all of the information on this page. So we're just going to set up a separate company for us. It's going to be REI Education Academy, LLC. We're going to type in REI info at reieducationacademy.com. And we're just going to type in a password that we want to use. And we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started. Now, as you can see, Sendinblue, they want to verify that we're actually setting up the account. So what we're going to do is go over to our email and we're going to verify the email. And I'm going to go over there right now. So here's the email that Sendinblue sent over to us. What we want to do is we want to confirm the email address by clicking on this link. And once you click on that link and your account is confirmed, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for your account to be confirmed. It may take 30 to 60 seconds. You definitely want to be patient with that. You can do two things. You can fill out the form on this page, the information on this page, which I highly recommend, or you can skip it. For the purposes of this video, we're going to go ahead and fill out the information. So I'm just going to put REI Education. And again, I'm just setting up a fictitious account right now. You want to put your real information in here. We're going to do 800-727-0830. We're just going to do 2300 Sobar Street. Just going to change this back to REI Education Academy. Under business activity, we want to select professional services. Under company size, just put your company size. So just put 1 employee. And then under contacts, just put 300 contacts. Then what you want to do is make sure you click on I agree. And one thing that I forgot to put in was the website address. So in order to find your website address, you're going to go back to the dashboard, and up at the URL bar, you're going to notice that you're going to have yourarea.investordealpro.com. Copy that URL, take it back to Sendinblue, and paste it in. That's your website address. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead down to where it says complete my profile and click on it. And as you can see, we have successfully updated our profile. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go over to where it says contacts up at the very top. And we're going to click on that. Once we click on contacts, the The next thing we want to do is go over to where it says settings, and we want to click on it. Once we click on settings, we want to go to where it says contact attributes and CRM. We're going to go down to the bottom where it says configure and click on configure. Now, as you can see, there's several attributes that we have access to, but we want to add some more attributes in order to be able to get the information that we need on our landing pages. So the first thing we want to do is click on add a new attribute. And then where it says attribute name, we want to add phone. Then we're just going to click on OK. The next thing we want is the property address. So we want to type in property address. We're going to click on OK. The next thing we want is the city, state, and zip code. So we're going to add those three in as well. City, state, zip code, and then we want the asking price. Now keep in mind, these questions are for your seller landing page. And then we want to add property condition. The next 4 questions that we're going to add are for your buyer landing page. So we want to find out the area of interest. We want to find out the property type. We also want to find out the price range. And finally, we want to find out if they can pay cash. So can you pay cash? Click on OK. And we're all set here with the attributes. All right. So again, what you're looking for is the phone number, property address, city, state, zip, the asking price, the property condition, the area of interest for the buyer site, the property type, the price range, and can you pay cash? That's what you're going to add here in Sendinblue. Now, until we come up with an easier solution, you definitely want to do this first. Okay. The next thing we want to do is we want to click on lists. Once you click on lists, up where it says your first folder, we're going to click on the drop down menu and click on create a new folder. Then we're simply going to create a seller list. And once the seller list is created, you're going to be redirected to a blank page. What you want to do is click on add a new list up at the top right hand corner. And then under list name, you simply want to add sellers and click on create an empty list. Once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is go back to where it says lists on the top left-hand corner. And then you want to go to where it says seller list. You want to click that and then go down to where it says create a new folder. Now we're going to create a buyer's list. All right, so now that the buyer's list is created, we're going to go to where it says add a new list. And we're going to add buyers under list name and create an empty list. Now, the final thing that you want to do is you want to go to your user profile up at the top right-hand corner. You want to click on the drop-down menu, go down to where it says SMTP and API, click on that. And then what you're going to do is under where it says V2, there's going to be a code right here. You're simply going to copy this code and take it back to Investor Deal Pro. Another way to get to this page, once you're logged into your Sendinblue account, is to go to your dashboard and simply go to Email Pro, click on Home, and then click on this link where it says Get Your API Key from your account. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And as you can see, that same page popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and copy my code. And I'm going to take the code back to my Email Pro dashboard. And down at the very bottom where it says Access Key, I'm going to paste the code in there and click on Login. And as you can see, my account is now activated. The final thing I want to do for this part of the process is simply click on yes under where it says transactional emails. You want to make sure you click on yes. Now, sometimes you may have to verify your account. There's going to be a red warning sign that comes up. All you need to do is contact Sendinblue if this message pops up and tell them that you're a real estate company looking to use transactional emails for your real estate business, and tell them that you have 300 contacts, and they'll verify your account for you and you'll be all good to go. Now, once you take care of this step, your Sendinblue account will be activated and connected to your Investor Deal Pro account. The last thing we need to do is set up our forms. And in order to do that, the first thing we're going to do is go over to where it says dashboard, go to training. Once we go to training, if you scroll down, if you notice here, it says step 1, basic account details. We want to be in step 2. So we're going to scroll down to where it says step 2. Let me show you exactly where it says it at. Right here, it says step 2, email pro tutorials. And if you want to, you can go through these trainings to get an understanding of how email pro actually works. All right. But what we're going to do is scroll down to where it says video 9, creating web forms updated. And we're going to simply go down to where it says instructions here. And we want to open up these 2 links that we see right here. So we're going to open that link first. I'm going to go back and it's going to open up the second link as well. These are 2 separate windows up at the very top. So the final thing I want to do is go back to where it says Email Pro. I want to go down to where it says Forms. Once I click on Forms, under Form Name, I'm simply going to click on Edit. Then what I'm going to do is name the form right here. So I'm just going to name it Seller Form. Then I'm going to go up to the tab, the first tab that I opened up, which is the Seller Form. The way you can tell if it's a seller form, down at the very bottom says get your offer today. Okay, so I'm going to simply copy this code. I'm going to take it back to the form that we're setting up, the subscription form. And this box that you see right here, we're simply going to delete everything out of it, and we're going to paste the other form in there. And we're going to click on this preview circle. And as you can see, the form has been set up. So the next thing we want to do is go down to where it says sign up process. And we want to delete this your first list. And we want to click on the box and add sellers. And then finally, down at the very bottom where it says success message, you want to type in your success message. So we use, thank you, you have submitted your property details. We will be in touch shortly. The next thing under where it says general error, we're going to type in something when something wrong occurred. Third, where it says existing subscribers, we're going to type in you have already registered. Under invalid email, we're just going to type in invalid email, and required field, it'll be please fill out this field. And then finally, we just want to click on save. And now the form has been created. The last thing we want to do is go to where it says back to forms list up at the very top. Now what we want to do is we want to create our buyer form. So we're going to duplicate the initial seller form. Then what we're going to do is erase the form code in the box there. And we're going to go grab the buyer code. Now, how do you know if it's the buyer code? Down at the very bottom, it says join our investor alert list. So we're going to simply copy that code, take it back to our web page, and paste it in the box right here. Then we're going to preview the code. And as you can see, the code is embedded up where it says form name. We're going to name the form buyer form. Then we're simply going to scroll down to where it says sign up process. We're going to delete the link list, and we're going to add buyers in there. The last thing we want to do is change our success message. So I'm going to delete this success message, and I'm just going to add, thank you for providing your information. We will be in touch when there is a property that meets your criteria. And I'm simply going to save the form. And that's it. That's all you have to do in order to get your software set up. Let's move on to the final video in this short video series.